Kid Bookie, and I'm here with Yasmine and Sophie K on the We Wear Black podcast, and with Johnny Clayface from the band.
It takes a world of mine. Heart of the scary feeling as it breaks apart my mind. So will I save myself from
Welcome to On Wednesdays We Wear Black. We are not on our own this week. So it's an exciting time for you guys at the moment. Tell us about what's been going on.
It has been busy. I guess it's just because, like, do your albums and then you got and then shows come in and then you collaborate all the time. So you always just got to be somewhere. So you're going to come out somewhere. And in the festival circuit, it's nice to be around because you get to bump into your friends and go into the corners and be like, we can share the similar sentiments while we're in the corner. So, you know what I'm saying? It's cool stuff.
Tell us about Songs for the Living, Songs for the Dead.
I've made an album, I guess that's like a journey for a certain part of time until I kill that part of time and also kill that version of me maybe and just grow even more. I think it's time to evolve. It's weird, like I'm at that weird place in my life and musical career where like I guess you come in the game, you've done your 10 years, you've been the part where people have to kind of gravitate to even give a shit if they even care about you, and then all of a sudden your Mobo's nominated like fucking frequently, and then you get heavy music awards, and then you get all these fucking millions of streams and shit, and it's just like, what the fuck's going on? So it's like, and I still know where I want to be, but where I have got to is clear, showing me that I need to learn to find out how to jump even more, take more risks than ever, maybe even cut off, kill a part of me that, comes from in here, but like doesn't maybe allow me to grow from here.
So when you're saying a part of you, if you had to describe that part of you, how would you describe it?
God, like an unharmless tumor. Unharmless. Does that make
benign tumor?
Yeah, like a tumor that doesn't grow to kill you, but it serves as a remembrance that if you cut me off, I'll be a scar, but you'll always remember me. And,
so are you talking about like a comparison to trauma here?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, like trauma, and I feel like growing up when you've been the person that everyone knows you for, and I think like even in this industry, you all know me. I guess we know me well enough. I've not really shied away from my colors and all of the palettes that I use to paint. But and I feel like there's some colors that are louder than others that sometimes maybe misconstrue how beautiful some other colors are. And that's okay to accept and understand. Doesn't mean it's a negative, it just means that you don't like the color purple as much as you thought you did. And
yeah.
I know I'm talking very metaphorical because sometimes I also don't want to say that like talk so much of like negative because I'm such a pessimistic person. So maybe not pessimistic, but cynical. And I use a lot of cynical referencing, but I don't want to be cynical. I want to be happier. And happier allows me to be magical. And being magical is something that I fucking got. So, you know what I'm saying? And I guess it's just more like, let me show that I can be a smart person beyond just the jestful nature that sometimes eludes my first initial meets. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a funny dude because I fucking love shit. Not like that poo, but I just love shit like overall.
Yeah.
And,
so,
do you know, I know we've gone like super deep already, and this is what I was expecting with you, to be honest. Because you're not the kind of person to be surface level. You are bringing your whole self all the time, who you are. I feel like this is a point to reference something that I learned in therapy, which I found quite powerful, is that there's no negative feeling, and it's just how you're feeling. It's what you do with it afterwards. So, because I think I'm quite a pessimistic person in some ways.
You say that because no negative feeling. I really like that.
So, like, for example, anger is not a bad emotion. It's just if you take it out on other people, that's when it's bad.
And
so being pessimistic isn't bad, if people want to interpret it as like, I've taken that on and it's made me feel down, that's on them. That's not on you. But as long as it's not hurting you, being pessimistic or like what I call realistic, because I think before we even press record, I was like, "Oh, it just sucks that summer didn't really happen."
I was like, oh, is it finished?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is it finished? Oh, yeah, the Met said this. And I was like, I don't know, I didn't even know. And the thing is, I'm hot sometimes. So if it's summer, it's just, I'm hot all the time. So, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm always fucking hot. Maybe because I'm wearing a hoodie in my own house, but I'm always hot. And so summer is all year round for me.
Yeah.
And I think you're one of those. I don't want to say characters in the scene because that kind of does you a disservice. But
it is. It is something. We are all characters. We're all
yeah,
victims of our own character.
you're somebody in the scene that people have seen a lot and maybe feel that they know as well on quite a level. People feel like they know you because they've seen you in a lot of places. And I think what you spoke about then was almost about the scene and how being in music can actually be a lot more difficult than people understand. Like when you're sat at home, the image of being what did you say? Sorry,
because I think we're second out. I said, I love that you know me, you understand. So yeah,
it's just like people assume that being a musician and hanging out with people like Corey Taylor, and people assume that you just live this 24/7 life of luxury and ease, and everything becomes just simple in the life. And it's like they forget that you still have the struggles day to day. I think that happens a lot
every day.
because it's quite hard being it is hard being a musician, especially in 2024, right?
Yeah.
As you want to say something?
I was gonna say, like, I feel like, do you know, there's nothing that humbles you more than having a dog, because whether you're a musician, even if you just like toured with the biggest band in the world, you still have to come home and pick up your dog's shit. Like, it doesn't matter how famous you are, doesn't matter how much money you made, what tours you just done, what awards you've just won. I literally, when we won a heavy music award, I came home, I was like, oh my god, I'm a winner! My dog threw up on the carpet, and I was like, I might be a winner, but I'm still, to my dog, I'm nobody. To my dog, I'm not famous, I'm not relevant. I am just their owner, and it's like stuff like that. People forget that you do have to just do your daily shop. You have to do your weekly shop at Morrison's. You have to like take the bins out. Like, doesn't matter if you just played a huge festival, you're still taking the bins out.
And it's and then coming back from tour.
Right here.
Oh, there you go.
I can't take it out.
What did I say?
Bin out.
What did I say? And I feel like coming from those huge festival highs, it must be really jarring to like go from like being especially during the festival run, because we're coming at the end of festival season now. It must be so jarring to go from like these high intense situations where you have to be very full on. You have to be that like the person that people expect you to be 100%, and then to just go home and be like, okay, time to return to normal life, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's like, I don't know, because it's like, first and foremost, you have to look at, I don't know, you look at it from like the stem, and you take every moment as like a kind of like, either you be in a moment or you reflect on a moment after. And like, none of us, well, I always say it weirdly, but I don't mean it negatively, but none of us asked to be here. And I don't just mean exist. I mean, like, I know we had the trajectory of maybe where we thought we'd want to be, or what we'd want to do in music, or, oh, we're just going to do this thing. Like, especially where I'm from, I'm in South, I'm in Abbey fucking Wood. Like, honestly, like, the crackhead just died next door. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously he's a cool guy, but he just passed. Well, I'm not saying any crackhead can die anywhere, but I'm saying, like, there's a lot more that are dying next door than ever, I swear to God. So, but, you know, you didn't ask for this position in music, and you kind of do things. You have a trajectory of where you want to go. You think of like, oh, I'm going to make all these things. I'm going to make music. I'm going to go in this way. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to have this, and blah blah blah. And all of a sudden, you're now, you're at these places. You're at the festivals. You're hanging with your favorite artists. Your family. You're going to visit people's houses. They're coming to you. You're like in the scene. Like, you know, the culture that birthed you is now, you are part of the same culture, trying to impact it. So it's it's like it is that big, and then yeah, festival season ends, you got to do this, and then all of a sudden you're back to being human, and it's like, how the fuck do I even resonate with the things I've just gone through, and having to be that character, then go home, and now I've got, like I said, it's not even just taking out the bins, but it's like oh fuck, I've just like lost 10 friends that don't even support me anymore for some reason. They just see me doing things, and like I don't have any friends for some odd reason. I've got to kind of attain to that over there, and that hurts, but I have no answers for it. It's a weird anomaly that's just happened, but it comes with a weird thing, and all of a sudden I've impacted someone's like mental health, because the dynamics and foundations of our friendships have been rocked by you pursuing things that you all used to be together. I don't know, it's like an amalgamation of everything, and it makes sense. But yeah,
do you know what I love, Bookie? Do you know what I love about you? Is that every single musician says the exact same thing until the record button is pressed, and then the record button's pressed and they're like, yeah, we're just champagne and glamour every single day. And what I love about you is you're bringing a realness, and I feel that that's a lot of what rock often lacks. I say rock as like a term for everything. I feel like it's become this almost sterile, like you say, pressure to be happy. But I didn't start listening to Machine Head. I'm wearing their t-shirt right now. I didn't listen to Slipknot or Korn because it was this constant positivity, let's be great. Like I was listening because
people equal shit to be like to.
Can you imagine? Yeah. People equal shit, but they are really nice people deep down. Like there was none of that. Do you know what I mean? And I want to hear the real emotions, because that is what I'm feeling, and that is what rock gives me. And I think we appreciate you. We wanted to chat to you because you and the music you make isn't about that positivity. It's about the starkness of life, but also the positivity as well. But it just feels real. Does that make sense?
Well, thank you first and foremost, because I don't know, I have a weird attachment to like hearing positive things and like agreeing with them. So it's like I'm just like, but I believe you guys. So ouch. So like, thank you. But yeah, I guess, but because I always say, and I say to John all the time, like, I won't make music at all if I don't feel it. I think it's I think it's important to even understand why you're making music. Like some people just make it because just like they feel they have to. I don't know. You can be a doctor. Like we need people. Go do something else. But like I fucking really kill it. I can't be a doctor. This is my only chance at being a doctor in a metaphoric way, because I shake too much to surgically do your heart. I will kill you. I have an obsession with like, if you are under anesthetic, I will fart in your wound and close it back up. I can't help that. So like,
wow.
I don't want to do it, but I like you give me the option. You're giving me a needle, violence, and a machine. So you know what I'm saying. But I don't know. It's like it's your chance to heal. It's your chance to heal yourself. It's your chance to challenge yourself. It's a chance to do anything. Like making music is the reason why my favorite artists are my family, like my brothers and sisters, and like family. Because
who are your favorite artists? Who are those people, would you say?
Slipknot was my fucking favorite. I was listening to them from 10 years old. Like my dad bought me a book, and I was in year 6, and I was listening to Iowa. No, I was listening to the first one because I was talking about Ross Robinson and Clown's Basement, and how they all everything, and I held all the pictures. And as a 10-year-old, I was just looking at pictures like, oh my god, I love horror. Because my auntie Sharon showed me Rotten.com. I used to see murder.
Oh god.
Yeah, I've just been ill for years, and it was like
Auntie Sharon owes you some money for therapy, right there.
But she also helped me a lot. So it was like, Auntie Sharon, you fucked me up, but you also saved my life. So it was like, and that was just akin to me. It was just akin, like crazy fucking shit like that, and it was just akin. So that was my favorite shit. I was listening to Eminem. No, I wasn't listening to Eminem. I didn't really get into rap until later, but I was listening to like Slipknot. And Slipknot was my gateway to listen to like a lot of other rock, like going downwards into pop punk and shit. Like I started with Slipknot, and I just went everywhere else. And Nirvana, it was Nirvana, Slipknot, Run DMC, LL Cool J, and it was all because my dad just kept like, he used to spin the shit. and he was like MC
Yeah.
Radical, Bruce Steel, and legit, and so you know, and we've we've listened to the same music growing up as well. So it really that's why we gel so much. Like, I don't even know. I can we can just close our eyes and float upwards and just just play this game song, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, like that was doing music has saved my life in two different ways because it's helped me, and it's also helped me meet the people that I wanted to. Well, I didn't even know if I wanted to. I just ended up meeting them, and like they're my fucking family. I love them to pieces.
Do you not find that as well? Because you mentioned Slipknot there. Like, I am also big Slipknot fan. In fact, getting into this industry, a big part of it, there was little things, little things happen to send you in a path. And one of those things was I was watching Reading and Leeds Festival on television, and Slipknot were doing something, and I said, I want to interview Slipknot one day. And somebody said, you'll never be able to do that. And don't tell me I can't do something, because that's when I go, that's when I'm going to make it happen. Anyway, but I was really scared meeting Corey Taylor or any of the members of Slipknot. I almost didn't want to because I like them too much. And I was so scared that they would be awful people. You don't know, do you?
Never know. Never know.
What a relief that, like, I wouldn't say Corey Taylor is one of the nicest rock stars I've met. He's one of the nicest people I've met. Very genuine and real.
Like, I sometimes am afraid of like being biased because, like, obviously, I'm sure most people, you know me. I've come from probably knowing me from Corey. So it's like every time I talk, it's like a PR run of like, yeah, look, Corey's great. Like, that's my fucking brother, Like, he's changed my life for the better. Sid, you know what I'm saying? Sid fucking, me and Kelly fucking be one of the most amazing people. Alicia fucking Taylor is my sister. I love her to pieces. Like, I would like fight for her fucking honor. Griffin Taylor invented themselves,
Griff
like,
is so sweet, yeah.
I know.
I mean, like, she's a fucking legend. And like, there's just so many, even Michelle Kerr, she's a fucking legend as well. Like, I love her to pieces.
And Michelle's their PR who has been friends with the band for a very, very long time. Yeah, they're very very special people, I'd say. And Corey specifically, I always shout him out because I think he has been a massive champion of people of colour in the scene without it being popular to be a champion. Like, I see all of those bands. All of those bands are like, I'm going to invite this person, that person, this person, because it's Black Lives Matter happened. But I see the people who were doing it before, and Corey is one of those people.
Oh, he's been doing it since the birth of his inception, man. Since he was a zygote. Like, that's who he is. And I think that's just something that, like, it's aware because you can see it just genuinely happening, but that's just like a choice that he doesn't need to think about because he just knows, like, it's just ingrained in him, from Horror to Zilla Kami to myself to Pyro the Hero to fucking everybody, and even like people you wouldn't even notice. Like, dude is across the board. Like, he's got star power and he gives you an opportunity to be a star. And that's not a lot of many people. Like, there's people in this industry that are hitting their first 100,000 streams and they're going on like their shit stinks the most, like I don't know, like Costa Beans. You know what I'm saying? like it's it's ridiculous, and it's like you can't talk to them. Like, they're walking through with like a big crew, like, hey, don't talk to my artist. That fucking suck. Like, you absolutely suck.
Yeah.
And so like, it's just refreshing. Like, most of the people that I've met through music that are at a level where they don't need to be doing anything for the underdog are some of the nicest people in the world. Or even people that I started with, that I have become akin with, that have gone on to be, bigger than me in ways where it's like I'm striving for. They're still humble with me because my relationship with people comes from the authenticity of just being yourself, like knowing that I don't actually want anything other than you from the opportunity to love each other, like, because that's the foundations, most of the things I come from. And I am a very loving person because I think all I have is an opportunity in this world before I die is to just give as much love out in ways, not to everyone, because some people are not genuine. Like, everyone's deserving of love, but some people don't deserve love at this moment. So
Yeah.
absolute fucking pricks. So
Agreed. I can definitely agree with that. What would you say? Because you have been friends with Corey. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned from having somebody like that in that position within the world of rock and metal and being a friend? Like, what has it taught you, whether that's personal or career wise?
I think personal and career wise, personally, it is to be yourself even more than ever. It's to, it's to not be afraid to just keep striving. These people are people I want to be not just standing next to personally, but in the musical zeitgeist. So, they're humid, and it's to be, I'm humble enough to give myself an opportunity. Some people do not want to see you standing next to them. And to give me an opportunity to do that and be in my own allure or my own little anomaly in this thing, like do it to the same. Like, I do it to everybody. Like, I am everybody's champion that deserves it. Like, I will drag you all through if I could. And I do it now, and sometimes I'm not even at the level that I can help, and sometimes I piss a lot of people off by doing it already. But it's like, I won't stop. Like, who are you to tell me you deserve to be or at all? And first and foremost, if you are guarding the door, you need to be punched in the stomach until you vomit and then removed from the door, because you do not guard this door. And we all, and you know what I'm saying, we all need to get through for a chance to fuck it up from the inside. It is rigid. And when you say I'm this, like the character that comes through and does, it's like, yeah, why not? Why not be a cog in a system that may be turning a little bit weird? Like, I'm not afraid. I am afraid, actually, really. I am afraid sometimes. I'm actually fucking petrified sometimes. It's a new venture. It's a new journey. It's like, I don't know if the choices I'm making are even right, but I'm taking a fucking guess. Most of the time, if it's me who's got to get shot in the back with an arrow for trying, at least someone else has an opportunity to learn from my mistakes. Because I'm a loudmouth piece of shit sometimes. Sometimes, sometimes it's not for the best.
Has your mouth ever got you into trouble, would you say?
Good point. Good point.
Really?
Yeah, like even the Quran cover I just got, like, I was told to, like, Bookie, remember Ian Winwood is gonna say everything, like, you're gonna talk and he's gonna pick up on everything you say, and I just thought, like, okay, like, what's the problem with that? And obviously me going around my own area, I'm now like, oh yeah, there was a fucking prostitute in that house that sucked everyone's dick, and then there was this one doing that, and then it was just like, and it's now gone into, like, it went into pace, and it was like, and I didn't mean it in a malicious way. It was like, I'm walking around my area where I'm 14 years old, and we all remember the woman that was fucking doing shit with school kids. I don't know. It was just a part of memory. I don't want to, like, no, not like college kids. It wasn't pedophilia, but she just shouldn't have been fucking college kids. But, but I just thought for it. And then I was just like, oh yeah, and then it was just, and then, yeah, it was just like, and all of a sudden it's like, Bookie, you can't say this shit. And I was like, I'm just existing and speaking of my memories. But ultimately, it was perfectly fine, because in a Kerrang interview that other people might say, you might get one that's really nice and it's about, this is great. And I'm not that. I don't come from that. I come from a reality part of what I see in my life. Unfortunately, it might be uncomfortable, but what is transgressive nature if not to make the world uncomfortable? This is the reality of my life. I don't want to put a lens over it, fucking anything. It is literally the things we saw. We have come from a place of fucking darkness and shit, and we are trying to get out of it. If I was to take my laptop out and walk around this area, there's a chance I might not come back with it. So it's like, I'm just trying to understand, this is my reality. This is what we live in. What do you want me to do?
Can I share with you my conspiracy theory?
Oh God.
This is where I probably sound mad, right? I feel like we need more artists like you in the scene, because I feel like record labels only really support middle class artists. That's what I'm seeing a lot, and that is across all genres. And so when people say rock is dead, I think it's not that rock is dead, it's still alive and well. It's just record labels aren't investing into rock artists, because a lot of authentic rock artists are working class, and so the ones that do end up getting investment are quite middle class ones. And I don't want to hear all day about how, oh, I went down and Doris round the corner had dropped her Murano glass vase. Do you know what I mean?
Waitrose ran out of prosecco.
Yeah, oh, the avocados went up. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear.
Oh, there's just a weird ass fucking beer that I don't even know who get. Oh, it's Budweiser.
What would you, in fact, I'm going to change this. Words of wisdom. What would you like to leave the world feeling in life with your music?
I guess a sense of like knowing that it's okay to be a bit scared, but if you don't hurdle fear, you'll stay where you are. And on the other side of fear is understanding. And once you understand, you can start making more calculated decisions that are away from being scared, but more to leaning towards a more positive, or not even just positive, but just a more affluent way of delivering what's potentially right. You know, if you've got a moral compass, you will know what you've got to lead things through. And however that stimulates for you, it's up to you, but you will know how to, you know, derive from just being reactive, derive from being just completely, you know, just deplete all bullshit and just, you know, tackle it head on, per se. I don't know.
And I'm just going to say to everyone that comments on this video, if this goes out on social media, that comments the word woke underneath.
Oh my God, every time.
Just listen to what was just said there again, because the existence of us in this space is not woke. John, what would you say? What would be your words of wisdom?
It'd be very similar to books and stuff, man. Just, yeah, I guess you gotta just be yourself, do your thing, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of anything else, I guess. You just gotta, whatever it is you need to do, like Brooke said, you just gotta tackle it, man.
Yeah.
Just don't fuck.
Yeah.
But care about what matters. Just don't give a fuck. If you give too many fucks, you get put yourself in your own little mental box, and you won't say anything. You'll be scared to do things. You'll be scared to tell things around you. You'll be scared to rock the boat. You'll be scared to change dynamics. You'll just be scared.
Definitely, yeah. You got to live a life without.
You got to stop worrying about other people liking you, because that will stop you doing a lot of things.
That's
and they might like you after you.
That's
if
true.
If you worry about people liking you too much, you will stop yourself even doing things. You'll worry too much about what a group of people think of you before the right thing even matters. You've got to make people. You've got to be uncomfortable, man. Be as effective as possible, but with a little bit of brawn and empathy. Empathy reigning high, brawn reigning high. Challenge things reigning high. Be transgressive. Don't be transphobic.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yasmine, you've got about 30 seconds for your words of wisdom. What are yours?
My words of wisdom are growth is a beautiful thing. I was literally thinking before we did this interview, Bookie, that we did an interview for NME like in 2021, just as lockdown ended. I had bright red hair at the time, and it was the Cheaper Than Therapy press run, and I've just watched us both grow in our own ways, and it's been so beautiful to watch us go from like little baby industry people to look at us now. We're thriving, we're smashing it, and yeah, growth is so beautiful to watch.
My words of wisdom finally would be, if you go into hospital and you see Bookie as your anaesthetist,
run.
Unless you like. Thank you so much for chatting to us today. As always, I've been left with so many more questions and so much more to discuss, but you have one of those minds, and it's beautiful to hear. So thank you, both of you.
Sorry for saying weird things, people, but you know I can't help it.
Have you heard our podcast?
Yeah, we say
you met us?
We say weirder things.